Hello, everybody. I believe this is on. Yes, okay. Hello, everybody. This is Delorfer here, and welcome back to What If Deku had a guardian. Let's get this started with. Last time we left off, Izuku just pretty much beat up Bakugo right after school because Bakugo tried to pick a fight, which Jacket sat out because he knew that Bakugo would get destroyed if they both fought, which Bakugo got beaten up either way. Well, he technically didn't. Izuku didn't even hit him. He just neck chopped him and then left. Which then, as I said, the sludge villain never happens to Izuku, but the sludge villain will happen to Bakugo because I want this to happen. As Izuku and Bakugo, and not Izuku and I almost called him Rooster. As Izuku and Jacket parting ways. Hold up, let me switch. Parting ways because they don't live next to each other. After a couple minutes of Izuku walking, I'm going to say around 10, he hears an explosion and he runs to go see it. Check it out. He gets there and it's Bakugo trapped in the sludge villain right now. Izuku's like sitting there like, I can make that and says to him under his breath, I can make that shot. As Pedro comes up and says, are you really, really going to help the kid that tormented you who tormented you through elementary? Because they didn't know how to fight during elementary. So they got Jacket and Izuku got tormented. And Izuku says, yeah. I mean, I don't want to, but it's the way of the hero, right? So Izuku pulls out a pistol, as the one you see in the picture. Well, I guess. And as you see Izuku lift up the gun, and let's change to the sludge villain's POV. As he's saying how he's going to take over this kid's body and have it as his puppet. If anyone gets close, he'll kill him. As all of a sudden he hears gunfire and he looks towards the way he heard it, and all he sees in one of his eyes is pure black and a spike in his pain, which the sludge villain screams out in pain, obviously. As we cut back to looking at Izuku, all you see is a pistol. Someone holding up a pistol with steam coming out the barrel. As he says, man, you ugly motherfucker. I'm glad I hit that shot. Oh my fucking god, my dog just barked. Anyway, I hope you can't hear her, and I really hope she doesn't bark more. Because one time I tried to record and she was barking for so long that I just stopped the recording in general, altogether. So yeah, anyway, moving on. Izuku hopped over the thing very casually and started walking to the sludge villain casually. Which the sludge villain lost grip on Bakugo for a second, which caused Bakugo to almost get out, but not quite. As Izuku says, if you don't let go of Bakugo there, I would have to be forced to take out your other eye. And I don't believe you want that to happen, do you? As the sludge villain at this point is getting a little cocky and is like, that shot was just luck. You didn't actually hit that with your own skill. Izuku says, you want me to prove that point? You want that point to be proven to you? As the sludge villain kinda cowers, but still trying to get the upper hand, says, yeah, yes. Yeah, because I know for a fact you're not going to hit this one. As he starts he starts moving his eye around everywhere, so it would make it harder for Izuku to hit it. Which Izuku just like, And all of a sudden, bang! And then the sludge villain screams in pain. Deku hit the other eye, and now I will explain why. Izuku has discovered something about himself that is not a quirk. He can slow down time. Well, not really. He can focus enough that it seems like time is slowing down, but in reality it is not. So if he focuses, he becomes more precise and with his movements. So yeah. As the sludge villain screams out in pain and lets go of Bakugo, as Izuku grabs Bakugo and pushes him away. And Izuku says, well, that's my job done, as he picks up Bakugo, chops him in the neck again so he wouldn't get pissed, and walks off. The heroes deal with the sludge villain, which the people tried to yell at Izuku for using guns, but he left by that point, which Izuku literally only picked up Bakugo to move him to a point where the sludge villain couldn't find him again. So yeah, the sludge villain's in jail, and Izuku practically just saved Bakugo's life. As Izuku heads back home, as when he got there, his mom asked why he was so late, and Izuku just said, "Oh, I was dealing with something. You don't need to worry about it. Anyway, I'll be heading to my room." As he goes to his room, which Izuku starts to train as the 10 months of training has commenced. The next day, Izuku calls up Jacket and asks if he wants to find a good place to train and work out for the UA entrance exam, which Jacket says yes, even though for what we know in it he does not talk at all, which is why I made him silent, very silent. Which he actually does not talk. Izuku sometimes will talk. Izuku will sometimes talk. We won't even the only time we would ever get a chance to hear Jacket talk is when he is talking to Izuku privately where no one can hear him, or his family can hear him but no one else, or sorry. I'm sorry, I'm getting real stupid right now. Or when we hear him talking in his mind. Yes, I'm gonna make Jacket we would be capable of hearing what Jacket's thinking, but he's not the main character at all. He's just pretty much, it's like Finn and Jake, it's like Finn and Jake from Adventure Time. They're both pretty much the main character, but Finn's mostly the main character. Anyway, moving on. Fucking Christ, hold up. Okay, I think they stopped barking. Anyway, it's 6 now, so I will expect them to bark a lot more now. Anyway, moving on. Where was I? Yes. Him and Jacket meet up, and they go looking for a place to train. They come across Dogaba Beach, which they thought, this would be a pretty good training way to train. Which they both pretty much, as they said, they're both wearing the mask, but they both pretty much clean up the Dogaba Beach within a month, I'll say, because there's 2 of them working on it, and they're both already pretty strong. Another thing I'm gonna say, I don't know what a ship should be for this. So if you guys want a ship, just comment it down. I don't know what I should make it, so yeah. Hold up real quick. Sorry about that. Anyway, moving on. I don't know what the ship should be for this, if there even will be one, because he's not going to really talk. I just thought of an interesting thing, but maybe, just maybe. Anyway, moving on. Anyway, moving on. Izuku and Jacket pretty much spar there. Do some push-ups, sit-ups, squats, all the jazz, you know. Sometimes like just kick a wall to build up their endurance. Not endurance. Well, technically, yes, their endurance as well. But also their durability in their legs. They sometimes would punch a wall to build up their durability in their fists, and pretty much, yeah. And so, yeah. I don't know. Okay, anyway, moving on. That would go on for the next 9 months of training. Which I don't know who I should. I'm just gonna say, it's 6. Sorry about that. My mom came in and was asking for the time. Moving on. Where was I? Yes, this would go on for the next 10 months. Well, not 10 months, 9 months. So I'm just gonna say Mirio gets 1 for all. So, yeah. Anyway, after the 10 months after that, Izuku and Jacket would go to the entrance exam, which they would both still be wearing their signature stuff and also their masks, which also they're hiding their guns because, they need their guns to perform at their best. Izuku doesn't trip, so he never meets Uraraka. Anyway, moving on. Let's go into the thing. They both are there, sitting next to each other, and yada yada yada. President Mike comes in and talks about everything, and they do the written exam, which Izuku and Jacket do quite well on, but I'm gonna say there was a little extra thing, which was about English, which Izuku was taught English by mostly Jacket, but also in school, and Jacket just knows English because he's from America. So they both get about over 100 points in the written exam because they did the extra proportion. You didn't need to do that. So I'm going to say they got like around 100. I'm not going to say they're really smart. So around, whatever, let me calculate real quick. They got around 160 to 190 points. That's how much they got around in the written exam. Around there for what I have calculated, because they didn't do the best in the normal one, but since they took the extra one, they got a better point. So yeah, Momo still beats them with a solid 200 because she probably knows English, but Izuku and Jacket came in second and third place, which I'm gonna say Izuku did better than Jacket because he technically had Pedro helping him a bit. So anyway, bye guys. That's gonna be the end of this episode, so bye.